That's so bad. That's so bad. Oh, sorry.
He's recording.
Yeah, no. That's
Hey.
tough.
Hey, wavy time. All right, we had to start off with the intro music. You feel me? Because I'm not putting an intro behind these videos. It's like,
That's
nah.
how I know. That's actually how I know that you have a video out.
Really? You hear people's stories?
Yeah.
You hear the
Yeah, like I'll scroll on Instagram and be like, oh, okay, Thomas has a new video out.
Hey, but you wouldn't know unless like, okay, that's tough.
Or you just have post notifications on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I don't. I don't do that.
Not even subscribed.
I am subscribed.
Oh, okay. All right.
I am subscribed.
Okay.
No,
We are here with the Deacon Chatter podcast featuring Matthew, Yosi, and Nahom as usual, and we have a new addition, Mr. Broken Wi-Fi. His Wi-Fi is literally the scum of the scum. Like, it's not even Xfinity or Verizon. He uses Cox.
That's 18.
What is that?
Get that
Okay.
Wi-Fi.
But we
Oh,
are adding
okay.
Musse to the mix.
I'm using my neighbor's Wi-Fi.
Oh, good.
Dang, that's tough.
Beautiful.
Is it your neighbor Gussie's?
Why are we exposing on the lot? Can we chill?
That's tough.
Anyways, we're
Okay,
here to talk
let's
about
get to the.
homosexuality and that whole topic with the LGBTQIA plus QZ community. And basically the first question is because, so by the way, like I said, I co-sign everything we talk about in the podcast, but with certain touchy subjects such as this, I'm gonna, take that cosign off simply because like there might be stuff I don't agree with. But for the most part, I do agree with what they are saying. But just keep that in mind with touchy subjects, opinions might vary. But the first question is, do you believe homosexuality is a sin? I'm gonna let who wants to go first because I just talked. So I'm gonna take a break.
Musse, you got that one.
I'll let Musse go first. Let's
Oh,
new meat.
okay.
Fresh meat. Fresh meat.
Let the rookie go first.
I'm dead. I'm pretty sure everyone here can agree that yes. Do we even need to pull out like quotes? Like it's pretty obvious. Leviticus 18:22, Corinthians 6:9. Like it's pretty obvious. God says homosexuality is a sin, but some people want to argue. Like I know I've heard arguments. It's not a sin if I'm not practicing it, and so I want to say like for that, I kind of have to like that doesn't make sense, Say I'm gay, or like I'm homosexual or whatever for like the community, and then say that you don't practice it. It's kind of like saying like, yo, like guys, I made the soccer team. Yeah, thank you. I finally made it, after tryouts. Like I'm not gonna play for the team ever. I'm just gonna sit on the bench. Like it doesn't make sense, like it's gonna come with it. Like you can't, I don't know. But yeah, that's my viewpoint.
Yeah. Who wants to go? I can go if y'all want, but I mean,
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
mean, we all agree on it. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't really have anything to jump off of.
kind of what you're mostly talking about. At the same time, like I agree with what you're saying. Like but there also is like some action with it. I mean, if you're gay, but you don't do gay stuff, I mean, are you really gay? Like, I mean, I know like you might have feelings for them, and I've heard like, okay, I have feelings for men, I have feelings for the opposite or the same sex, but I don't act upon those feelings, which is fine and all, but you still get those thoughts, the lustful thoughts, you still have those like, intent, like feelings of like, I want to do this, I want to do that. Just, though that still is a sin in its, in its own. So just to kind of back up on what Musse said, but in general, like homosexuality is a sin. It's in the Bible. People sometimes say like, it's not in the Bible, like Sodom and Gomorrah, like that's like, a prime example of people doing homosexual things. So that's just my take on it. And I mean, anyone else wants to add on that?
I don't really have anything to add. I just think the only thing I can say as far as that is like, I don't think God would create human beings with something that he's going to condemn. It's kind of hypocritical. It defeats the purpose, in my opinion. And that kind of, ties into, people's beliefs on whether or not it's a choice, whether or not it's genetic. Personally, it's a choice. It's based, like, it's mainly because of society.
Mhm.
Because if homosexuality wasn't as public as it is, now, it wouldn't, because, and especially like with our kids, it might even be worse by then. But I say all that to say, it physically cannot be a gene. First of all, like the gay gene, no. And second, and second, like I said, God isn't going to create human beings with something that is going to be considered a sin, because if we believe that all of God's creations are perfect, except that kind of leans over to like
Facts.
doubting God, and like saying it would eventually make the whole thing hypocritical. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah.
But it is a sin. There's no jumping around that.
Yeah. And like, I mean, I don't think any of us are in a position to be like, oh, it's a sin. You're going to hell. Like you're going to hell.
Oh
Wow.
yeah,
We can
definitely.
understand it's a sin. I mean, we all sin. We're all diaconats. We all sin. No one's perfect. Like the only perfect human being, was Mary, and Jesus Christ, because he came on earth. But like, just like kind of like most similar to us would be Mary. So as human beings, we're not going to sit here and be like, yo, you're going to hell because you did this and that. When in contrast, I could have done something way worse, in terms of us. So I don't like when people say, oh, you're going to burn in hell. Oh, you're going to do this. Like they're being serious about it. It's not like a joke. Like they're being dead, like for real. They're like, yo, like you're going to go to hell because you're gay. Now, maybe he'll go to hell, but simply because he's gay is not the reason. It's like saying, oh, you're going to hell because you're black. It's literally like, I'm not trying to make it equivalent, but like if I'm gonna tie it in, it's kind of like the equivalent saying you're gonna go to hell because you have curly hair. Like that's like a feature of yourself. That's what you are, type stuff.
Well, okay, wait. I agree and disagree with that, like a little bit.
Me too.
So,
Okay.
what you said before, what did you say before the because you're black? Okay. So I was gonna say was like obviously we know that like we're all sinners, right? And I have to say to like just to like not support them, but to like I guess help them out. I will admit that although like all sins are like we're all sinners and like we're all like flawed, their sins are definitely being put on blast way more in this generation. Like you gotta admit everywhere we go. Although like I will say they also push like homosexuality onto us, like they do like push that onto the flag and everything. But I also say that we kind of are always like, oh the gays, like and I feel like just to like help them not get bashed, like we kind of need to stop. But the second part with because you're homosexual, you won't go to sin. I mean, you won't go to hell. We can't say that obviously because we're not judging. Like we're not going to judge them. But if you got to think of like the standard of like God's standard of good and our standard of good, if I lied, I should go to hell. Because like I can't go up there and be like, yo, God, like I'm good. I only lied once, and he's he's perfect. He'd just be like, yo, that's not my standard of good. My standard of good is like perfect,
Yeah.
So I just say, just to like disagree, I'd say, I don't know. I just say like it's God that would say whether or not one sin will get you into hell or not. But yeah, mostly I agree.
I do too. Go ahead, Matthew.
What was yeah, as Musse said, I don't think it's our place to say. I think if you know somebody's gay, instead of saying like, yeah, like Musse said, oh, you're going to hell, like there's a better way to approach it. If you're trying to bring them to the right way, like you're not. If like I remember Musse, we were talking about it. If two people were to come up to you and be like, one person was like, oh, you're gay, you're going to hell, and the other person was like approaching it in a nice way, like who are you more to talk to? Like the person who say you're going to hell, or the person who's trying to like actually talk. So like I think everybody in general, like especially like within ELTC, like we have to not be more like accepting of it, but be more aware of what we say, because like bashing them isn't gonna get us anywhere, as we all like stated. Yeah, I'm back.
Wait, now do you have anything to say, or because I wanted to like add one more thing?
No, I'm good. I agree with everyone for the most part.
Yeah. To add on to Matthew, I was gonna say, sorry to get all like preacher, but like if you look at like St. Paul, there's a reason why they called him one of like the great, like the best preachers, is because he had this tactic where he would like go to like you know how he has like what which are like, I mean, sorry, like Corinthians and like Romans and like all of that, right? So it's because the reason that he got all these people to like really like, you know, see God and like, you know, like convert is because he would approach them by like, he would say, hey, Corinthians, like, you know, I really like the way you guys your like your agriculture, like your traditions, or whatever. And then from there he would like slowly introduce like God and like what the beliefs are, like, you know, about the Bible and everything. So I feel like we should really be using that instead of this whole like you're a bad person, you know, just to be like, hey, like I understand that it's hard, like you can't change your whole lifestyle in one day, like, you know, it's hard, but like I feel like if we came with a more like loving type of approach, then we'd get better results.
And not only that, he actually he wore the type of like he wore clothes the same way that they would wear clothes, and then he would speak the same way that they would speak, and like just try to kind of assimilate, relate, and then, you know, like understand where they're coming from, and also have them like understand that he understands, and then afterwards is where he presents his like, you know, argument, which I think is very, very efficient. But yeah, thank you. That's very good. Good that you pointed that out, Musse.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame them, to be honest. Like, if you look at TV though, you gotta admit, like, it's everywhere. Like, you look at like Disney shows, like they're starting to introduce like, what is it, like two dads or like two moms and stuff like that, and like gay main characters. And I'm just like, I don't blame them, because like it's like low key being like put into our heads. Yeah, it's being normalized. So I'm not.
I remember somebody sent me this TikTok. It was like parenting in 2020, whatever, 2030 something. And it was a parent going up to their child and being like a parent was giving birth, like they gave birth to their child, and the doctor was like, it's a boy. And then the parent's like, oh, did you just assume the child's gender? That's up to the child to choose, blah, blah, blah.
Oh my God. Okay. Oh my goodness.
Stop it.
As we
Like,
yeah.
As we said, like sooner or later, I feel like that's gonna be the reality. Like in the future, like as we said, being gay is being advertised as like it's being advertised everywhere. Like you see it everywhere you go. Sooner or later, like it's gonna become the normal. Like I'm not, but it's gonna become the
normal. Low-key it is.
I mean,
but I'm kind of like not worried, but like I've seen like y'all know like Dwayne Wade is probably something we all would know. But Dwayne Wade's kid is like 12, 11, and like he or she, I forget, I think it was a guy, a boy went to a girl.
He had a son
like,
that
yeah, it was a son.
He went from like Z something to Zaya. I'm like when I was 12, I was playing Pokemon. I was not thinking about whether to cut my privates off when I'm gonna become a different gender. I was like, that's not a decision for a 6th grader or 5th grader. Like, you know, in middle school, you should not be making decisions about your life like that. And like,
I also think his decision, I don't mean to cut you off, but I also think, this is just my personal opinion, I think his decision was made
because he's a celebrity.
Yes, because he's in the public eye. And I know he like if he doesn't agree with his son or daughter's decision, he can't go public with that, because then he'll be like ostracized and like canceled by his fans and everyone. He might lose his job. The NBA might, you know, kick him out or whatever.
That's when the cancel culture is crazy, man.
It's not to say like who knows, like he might actually like support it, but like you can only.
I'm just saying like
you can only think so far. Like if I was a celebrity, that would be a tough decision to call. Like you're pitting your like beliefs on the line with your like source of income, like your way of like how you raise your family and stuff like that.
Yeah, but like to tie it back in, like I'm reading, I'm just like, yo, like kids are like, first of all, like I don't think it's like appropriate for like anyone above the age of like 12, I guess, to really see like that stuff on TV. Like, you know, like if they shouldn't be exposed to it. And people are like, oh, like what about straight, like being straight? Like, well, like, you know, like when you like, you know, when you're born, you're not born with two guys, you're born with a mother and a father. So the first thing you see is like, you know, a guy and a girl. Like that's like the normal, like that's the standard, right? So like exposing kids to something that's not, it's not natural. Like, exposing kids
It's
something
not.
that's something that's
And
unnatural, something that's not like, generic. It's kind of like weird. It's gonna confuse people's minds, kids' minds, and kids are easy to mold. You feel me? Like when they're young,
Yes, they are. Yeah.
they, you learn how to talk when you first hear your parents talking. Like, our first Amaranya was definitely from our parents talking. Like, we didn't even know
Mhm.
freedom. We were talking Amaranya simply because
Yeah.
we knew what
Mhm.
like, our parents were saying. So when you're like that young and you're picking up stuff like, oh, gay, da da da, man, you're picking up 6, 7, 8 years old, it's highly likely like that something like that might happen, when you grow up.
Plus, at the
and
same
I
time,
think
being my bad.
I think it ties in. I remember Tom, you were talking on your how you got your diploma. Like, there's like an age where you don't actually know what you're doing.
Mhm.
Like these 8, 9, 10-year-olds that would they may be doing it because they think it's cool, not because they actually think it. But
Yeah, that was gonna be my next point.
yeah, later down the road, like, oh, what's cool to them becomes normal, and that's who they are. So, like, even my sister, like, I try and like keep her away because like I know it's normal. Like, I remember, like, I don't know who I'm probably gonna get canceled for saying this. I don't care, but
But
when
don't get
Frozen-
me canceled too. The
it's
hoe.
no. When Frozen 2 was being announced, I remember they said Elsa or something was gonna be a lesbian.
No,
and
it was
my sister-
Olaf. They made Olaf gay, I think, or something like
something-
that.
Yeah, and my sister's really
Until
into that.
Olaf
and
the snowman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like
The
my sister,
snowman.
Yeah. I heard that too.
He uses
and
the
my
carrot on
sister,
his boat.
Okay,
my
sorry.
sister's really into that stuff, and I was like, I don't want her thinking that's normal. And I told my parents, like, if this is true, she's not watching the movie, and she still hasn't watched it because I don't know if it's true or not, but she hasn't watched
It's
it.
not. I actually saw it.
Okay, then she can
The-
watch it. But
Yeah, okay.
at that
No, there's
point,
he does nothing out of
Okay, cool.
like he's low key useless. But that's just
Useless
like
on-
I think that's the concern with all of us. Like, if I'm pretty sure we'd all do the same if we had another sibling. Like,
oh
growing
yeah,
up.
no.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
Well, like
I don't want-
SpongeBob is gay
Yeah.
now, apparently, or something. Like, yo,
Yeah, but
I've-
at the same time though, the thing about that is you don't see it. You have
Yeah.
to you have to be on the social media part of it, because Nickelodeon actually released a tweet during Pride Month or Pride Day, whatever,
Mhm.
with all of their Nickelodeon cast people that were gay, and SpongeBob was one of the pictures that they posted. But the thing about that is you don't see, like, when I was watching SpongeBob as a kid, I just saw a really annoying yellow dude with his star friend
Yeah.
just goofing off and him just making sandwiches. Like, I didn't really notice. When I got older, and watched SpongeBob, I was like, dang, why is he so
sus.
flamboyant?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
When I was a kid,
He's so like,
when I
he's
was
so
a kid,
like,
I thought, what's his name? I thought SpongeBob had a thing for Sandy. I'm not going. That's what I thought.
yeah, no cap.
It would have followed
Because-
like a normal
Really?
TV show. Like,
I always thought that SpongeBob and Patrick were a thing.
chill.
Wow.
Yeah,
SpongeBob
I
and Patrick,
never.
I low-key thought they were a thing though. I don't know. They just, I don't know.
Nah,
Maybe
Squidward.
with a grown mind, maybe.
No,
could
like I
see-
can't
I
watch.
could see
Like,
Yeah, I'm
that.
saying later on.
I get
No,
mad.
but yeah, as a kid, I always thought he liked Sandy
Yeah.
because he was always at her house. There was that one episode where he was like, "I'm so thirsty."
Oh God.
Mm.
All right. Back to the topic at hand. Back to the topic at hand. Yo, this is so far. But
Sorry.
I was tying in that with homophobia, right? And homophobia, homophobic, yeah, whatever. Homophobia is like the pure definition is the pure dislike of somebody, like disliking somebody because they're gay and because they are in that community, whatever. And I want to emphasize that not liking someone's way of life is not homophobic. Like,
Yes.
just because you're gay doesn't mean that I have to agree that or like the fact that you're gay. But I'm in no shape or form ready to not like you as a person because you're gay, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
I think the
So
word you're looking for is
I can-
intolerant.
yeah, like I can tolerate
Yeah.
you, but I don't have to I don't have to like the way you live at all.
Yeah,
Nah.
like I have at school, like my school, like that's normal. Like that's just the thing. Like I'm not gonna like not be friends with some. Like I have plenty of. I'm not trying to. know people are gonna go, oh, that's like saying you have one black friend, you're not racist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like it's just that, like I have gay friends, but I don't like their decision to be gay, but it's not gonna make me not like them as a person. Like they're chill peoples. Like I mean, I don't know.
Like
Yeah,
I've
I'm
had
not.
conversations with them.
Yeah, I like.
I'm
We
fine.
talk.
Like
Oh
I've
yeah,
tried to like
they're
change their
cool.
belief, but
Oh
Like,
no,
they're hilarious.
I don't do that. Yeah, they're really funny. I'll give them that.
I
They're
think I don't know
hilarious.
what happens. They're just hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's like a. Anyways,
Yeah.
but I think that I agree.
Hmm.
Um, I I I don't think I have ever disliked someone because they're gay. Their gayness might make me feel a little uncomfortable,
Yeah.
but they might be very genuine people.
Yeah.
But like if they're like over the top with all the, it
Mm.
might make me feel a little like squeamish.
All the fufu.
Like for yeah, like being extra.
Who's
you know what I
African
mean?
food?
mm,
Hey.
Yeah,
So
like
good.
like that.
Oh my
I
God,
don't really
Jared.
like that. Yeah, no, I don't like
Goodness.
that.
and then
But yeah, no, that's it. I don't like that, but
Yeah.
I've never not liked someone only because like without knowing anything of them, only be like basing it off of them being gay. I've never
Yeah. Hmm.
done that.
I don't want to
and I
like.
think there's
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I think there's like a. I feel like I know. At least with me, there's like a mutual thing. Like people know that I'm a Christian. They know like I wear my cross out in school proudly, and I think there's like a mutual thing. Like you keep your stuff to yourself. I keep it like let's not bring it up and like
Yeah,
make some. Like I
yeah,
think
that's kind of where I'm at with
Yeah.
them.
yeah, like I would talk about it, but I'm not gonna like I've had conversations like what made you be gay, stuff like that. But I'm not gonna like go full on debate like oh blah 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 this that. Like it's like I don't know. I don't see
Yeah.
the point of that.
We're
Unless they
running out of
initiate
time.
it.
Yeah. We only have a minute left, and
Oh,
if
so
Nahom didn't take 15 minutes doing whatever the heck he was doing, it's like not. But
so should I go ahead or no?
we're probably
Part
gonna
two?
do a part 2 after. Let's see how far this one gets. Last one, y'all killed it. 260 views in 2 days before I took it down, put it back up. So that's 130 views per day. That's great. We love y'all for that. But so we'll see how far this one goes. I don't know. It feels like we didn't even talk for that long, but like I feel like we
We
did.
didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'll put it out. We have at least 20 minutes of us talking. But
Talking.
Walking.
yo, my redneck accent came out.
Yeah, that wasn't redneck. That was
That was
New York.
Brooklyn. Like
That was
Yeah.
Boston.
Yeah, definitely
that
New
was like-
York.
That was New York.
Walking. Water.
Talking.
Water.
I watch too much TikTok. Hey, it gets 30 with it. You feel me? Hey, we're walking that. It's like not even sure.
Where my mother? Where my mother?
Hey, yo, word two. Hey, yo, watch yourself now. Sorry, let me chill.
And
But-
watch the time. Don't let it delete it.
Oh yeah. So, this is adios from us 5. New episode. If this gets, let's say this gets 150 views on the first day, we'll do another part this weekend. That's fair.
Whoa.
That's fair.
Okay, let's cut it before the footage deletes.
All right. Bye.
Bye guys.